So I'd say it's pretty bad! It is above words of bad! It is better than bad! It is bad to the bone! While the day I was born!
I mean...
Oh, don't worry.
I
It
mean,
will
is
be
it...
worse later.
I mean, how can it be bad if it's boneless?
I
felt that.
I detest you! I detest Spyro! I detest Rascacone! I detest myself! And I especially detest myself! Oh, what the hell don't you know?
Hold on. So you detest all of those things. I have a question. Did I do anything?
Yes! You never took me to the prom!
Did I do that?
And you, Master Code, you left me standing at the altar of my sister's wedding! You promised you...
That was my evil twin, Lombardo.
And I was standing by the shrimp kebabs like a big idiot!
Jasper, what were you doing on the altar of your sister's wedding? Or do I detect a hint of Lannister?
I was the best man, you idiot!
I'm the best.
And you, Golden Fox, if you shoot that tranquilizer one more time, I'm gonna rip your spine out and floss it with Oscar teeth with it. You're
Try.
I think shooting garlic knots at him would be good.
Is somebody
Okay.
not wearing headphones?
My headphones are broken. I need to get new ones.
Jasper, do you want me to send you new headphones?
No, we're going shopping tomorrow or Monday, so I can get them then.
If you're
I have
sure.
earbuds, so...
Hey, look, show started.
Oh, hello.
I forgot to turn. I forgot to turn off premiere mode. So.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reviewers Web. We have a slight interesting shenanigans for this day. I'm alive. Would be alive is a good description, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, that's what anyone can hope for at this point.
Brain.
Welcome to the
What
show.
is a brain?
Ah, crap! I didn't get the third version. Mastercode, do you have a version that doesn't have the words Reviewers Web on it? Yeah, this is how alive I am, everyone. So, hi, everyone. Welcome to Reviewers Web, the episode every week where we sit down and we talk about an episode of My Little Pony. Usually with a bunch of actual people who talk about the show constantly anyway. So, yeah, we have a bunch of reviewers, analysts, and we have our special guest, Aria Diamond,
Hello.
who's apparently a youngster.
I am 21.
I can legally serve you alcohol now.
Yeah, you can. And I am going to get a drink from you at BronyCon.
I want to join in. Want some beer?
Yes.
Some Samuel Adams?
No, it's wine.
Well,
I
Shut
want
up.
to be the nut in the corner who drinks chocolate milk.
The army of Fiaura has a new army.
Well,
Welcome, sir.
I mean, unless it's almond chocolate milk.
well, in the meantime, we are here today to discuss the season 9, episode 8, Frenemies, in which we finally get to see what the villains have been up to for, I don't know, 7 episodes.
Oh no, actually, you know what? Because Insane Spyro's been talking about it so much, we should actually skip this episode. So, thank you all for coming to Reviewers Web. You know,
Hey!
Hold on. Master Code. Normally, I would agree with you, and I would psych everyone out, and we would do this episode later. However, because
It's not April Fool's.
because we have a special guest, I feel it would be completely wrong to have brought that special guest on and then told that special guest, well, no. So,
I'd be like, my heart, you'd break the diamond.
so, Miss Special Guest Lady, do do you care to introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello. My name is Aria Diamond, your one and only crystal umbraic pony, and I am delighted to be on Reviewers Web. A little nervous, but I know it's going to be fun. So that's pretty much it. I have a YouTube channel. I know I haven't been doing much, but got lots of things planned.
Okay.
That's it.
I am Fiaura the Tank Girl. I am your host. I will be at MLP MSP next week, and I am currently your emotionally destroyed host. Let's put it that way. That works. And I blow stuff up. Golden.
Hang on. Let me open up my notes here.
You're introducing yourself. You need notes to introduce yourself?
Yes!
Pick that up on the fly.
So that way I can get through faster. So yes, I'm Golden Fox. I review episodes of MLP. I do movie reviews, and I stream Let's Plays on Twitch.
He has an introduction script? He has an introduction script? Never mind.
This took you how long to find out about this?
This
took you how long?
Almost a year, actually, because we only have about a month and a half left before we started assembling this podcast. Insane Spyro, save me, please.
First of all, if you said we were cancelling this episode, considering what comes later, I think I would have literally strangled you all. Second of all, you're breaking the diamond, but I thought diamond is unbreakable.
And third, I just asked you. And third, I just asked you to save me.
I did. That diamond unbreakable is a pun. I'll see how many people get it. But I am Insane Spyro, the greatest dragon in all of gaming, let's player, game pundit, and reviewer, and the artist that almost broke himself this week. Yes! Go on, Jasper.
But yay, he put himself back together again. I'm so happy. But yes, I am the Jasper Pizza Pawn. I make comics, I do TF2 audio editing, and I do occasional prank calls and scripts for Watch Mojo.
That was shocking. Golden Fox needs a script to introduce himself. Oh, that's crazy. No, anyway,
You can't say he's not prepared.
Let me show you. It's a hello everyone. My name is Next Cue Card Master Next Cue Card Code, and I review Next Cue Card ponies, Next Cue Card, everything from the show to the Next Cue Card to the
Where's my bat?
and Next Cue Card. I love you all.
Where is the bat I use for hitting people?
No, where's Ronaldo?
We're just getting introductions done.
Is this how it always goes?
Yes.
I love it.
Moon Knight, do you have any sanity for us today? Oh God, he's already cackling.
Welcome to Madness. If you want to join us for our weekly session of going into insanity, you're totally free to. Moon Knight, I do My Little Pony reviews. I'm also a gamer, so yeah, that EA cringe E3 just started. But yeah, we were here to see this lovely episode. And yeah, if you said that this episode's review wasn't gonna happen, I'm with Spyro. I would have strangled someone.
And I guess it's my turn now.
Yes.
I am the Brony Critic. I am a fan content reviewer. My focus is primarily on the fandom itself and fan material rather than the show.
And Spike.
I'm sorry?
And Spike.
Well, yeah, and I am a massive Spike fanboy. I am also a contributor on the Emerald Rangers review website under Green Phoenix.
That last bit was new.
Yeah, I just started this week.
Neat. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to discuss Frenemies, which is episode 8, in which Chrysalis, Tyrek, and Posy Glow are told that they have to work together by Grogar to go get Grogar's bell. As you can imagine, this results in them discovering... I'm going to let somebody else say the words magic of friendship because I can't make it magical right now.
Magic of friendship.
There we go.
Yeah, friends.
There you go.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like a Discovery Family ad.
As usual with our little bit of formula, we're going to sit through here, and each reviewer has 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes at a stretch, to talk about their initial thoughts, feelings, and notes about the episode. At which point we will then allow everyone to chime in with queuing up to discuss individual themes, topics, or questions they have about the episode. Lastly, at the end of the episode, ladies and gentlemen, we will
Are we
take...
starting top to bottom or bottom to top?
Bottom top, please.
It is actually... It
intro
is...
started from the top.
Guys.
Oh,
And
no.
technically, when we
Guys.
have guests, the
Guys.
guests tend to go first.
Okay,
nervousness.
so apparently my button decided to stop working. So, it is an even episode, so we are supposed to start at the bottom. However, Aria, since you are the guest, you will be choosing where we start. Lastly,
Bottom.
Lastly, I am taking questions from the chat. That means all you have to do is post a question in the stream chat, and I will copy it down, and at the end, we will attempt to answer all of them to the best of our ability. After all is said and done, Insane Spyro has a piece of artwork for you guys.
Multiple.
Every week of which has been trauma, except for one. He did this really nice stained glass thing of Sunrise this one time. It's great, but
Twice I did it of Jasper as well, and I'm working on the next one.
I know. I'm waiting for
Why do you have to
Jason.
be so creative?
In the meantime, Aria, our guest, has spoken. Brony Critic, what are your thoughts, feelings, and angst for today?
Thanks, Aria, for selling me under the bus.
You're welcome.
Well, I mean, you were already standing in front of it after she pushed you in front of it.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway. I like this episode. I like this episode a lot. Because, you know, the villains have always been some of my favorite characters in animation, in television, and in movies in general. And this really felt... Honestly, it felt like some kind of weird Seinfeld Friends-esque sitcom with a bunch of MLP supervillains. Like, the opening of this episode literally started with, the question everyone's had on their mind are, what are the villains doing, while all the Slice of Life episodes are going on? And apparently they've been, complaining about being each other's roommates. You've got the muscle head who just spends all his time with his exercise equipment, the goth loner, and the really peppy psycho chick. And, it's that really fun dynamic that, these three interplay off each other. And that's the real strength of this episode. And I don't think it would have worked if these three villains weren't as good as they are. And as annoying as Cozy Glow was earlier, I get her character now. And I love the interplay she has with, I love the interplay in that it's all fake. Everything about her is fake. She's the My Little Pony Darla Dimple, and it's wonderful. It also had an amazing song that I just had so much fun listening to. I'm going to probably listen to it again after this podcast. But yeah, I mean, I do think that the storyline or the plot is a little bit too easily resolved, and I can also kind of see where the series is probably going to go, especially now that we have the bewitching bell. I think that's what it was called.
Just call it the bell for short.
Yeah, the bell. the bell, which is, it's going to be the magic item, the indestructible, all-powerful item that will be destroyed at the end of the season. Bleh. It'll be destroyed because, of course, it will be destroyed, or the magic will be spread out, or of course, these characters are going to get reformed. But at least now I can see a relationship between these three villains, where it makes sense to me now if they're going to at least get reformed in a different way than other past characters. I can see it now, and I'm actually kind of anxious to see where they go with it. It was just fun overall. Moon Knight.
Well, I think my image pretty much describes it in the chat. But yeah, I think this honestly, I think this is the most enjoyable episode of the season. It shows us how these villains have to cope together and how they have to quote unquote work, because they work together, but at the same time they're like, well, I have to do this because if not, well, what else am I gonna do? I can't. I think even Chrysalis was like, I can't do it without you, so I'm just doing it because of that. There were some really good scenes, especially the song. Yeah, the song. It was a little bit cringy for me when it started, but then I was like, yeah, I mean, they haven't really given the villains any sort of actual lengthy song aside from Chrysalis, but it wasn't really a full-length song. It was more like cadence singing instead of Chrysalis herself. I also like the plot where Grogar is just sick of them, and he's just like, okay, go get me this. I'm pretty sure that maybe the bell isn't even that important, and they were just sent into this errand to see if they could work together or if they were going to unite against him. That also depends on how how the writers want to handle Grogar at the end or during the next episodes, because we know everyone can get hit here and there with the dumb stick. But overall, I think this episode was actually pretty good. This is what happens when you actually follow some continuity, because we had some nice jokes and that show that continuity with some of the episodes and season finales and premieres that happened before. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, and Wulu approves.
Alrighty, so this is probably a contender for the strongest episode of the season so far. It's just seeing all the villains at first off, seeing all the villains all on screen at once is just so much fun. Seeing them play off each other, the comedic timing. I like the scenes where Chrysalis is just talking to a log. It's like, my dog. It's kind of like that scene from Finding Nemo. My bubbles, like that. I think the relationship between them feels very organic, going from hating each other to in the end working alongside each other. The song I thought was fantastic. Using a tango song or tango style genre of music was just so much fun, and seeing them just again more playing off each other. And I like how each of them in their mission, they all utilize different methods of attaining their goal. Like they would like Tiaraki took the wait and see approach. Chrysalis, she played to her strengths of using her various changeling forms to get to the top, but I couldn't get that far. And of course, Cozy Glow using her manipulative sweet cuteness in order to get by. By the way, I love that Mountain Guardian with his off-color guard uniform design. It's just I thought he was just a strange, eccentric, very but still interesting fellow. And the part where they're at the campfire and they start to bond, I think again that's probably one of the best scenes in the whole episode, where they're throughout the entire episode they're just screwing over each other, and then they really have their best moments where they were so close. It's like that Batman animated series episode, almost got him. They're bonding over how they almost got almost beat everyone, beat the main six. So they came to a mutual organic agreement, and overall I think the pacing and the flow of the episode was pretty good. I loved it. On to Jasper.
Yes. The infamous Team Rocket episode. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I love how we got to see how these three really bounce off each other. Just the comedic timing the song, probably one of the best in the series, and I may or may not have listened to it 27 times, but who can count? And
Only 27?
shut up!
Especially he liked the cozy glow part.
Also, that's the kind of cliffhanger ending, but I'll get to that later. And really, I just love the concept of the villains only episode where, like, with absolutely none of the main characters, none of the good guys, it's all baddies. Just gives the villains a chance to show that they're not just as baddies, they're also characters. Characters with quirks, and just overall really strong. Overall, a really strong episode. Spyro.
I loved it. And I have to like just give props. Hey, look at that. You wrote an episode that didn't have the main six in it, nor did they have to be featured. And it worked. It's almost like you don't have to have them in every episode. Good job. Well, no, it was great to finally see, after all this time, what the villains were doing. And one thing that I picked up on and I really, really like is the continuity with Grogar's story, because that actually happened. What he said actually happened in like Generation 1. So that means that Dream Valley and all that old stuff is canon now. So that's something to wrap your head around. Chrysalis is the best part because she's gone crazy and she's talking to a log, and the Queen of Evil can be bribed by cupcakes. Although I do have a plot inconsistency with her that I'll bring up later, because she could have got that bell herself, but for now I'll just move on.
So Shooby-Doo part canon.
Yes.
Golden.
Oh, sorry about that. Hang on. Okay. Frenemies was definitely a breath of fresh air. The interactions with Chrysalis, Tyrk, and Cozy Glow, as everybody else pointed out, they're definitely the biggest selling point. The song is a start. It's very hilarious how they're at each other's throats for their own sake of authority. Watching their methods backfire when they're on the mission to get the bell, it helps us learn their strengths and weaknesses. And after finally, working together to get the bell, they reject the term friendship, which I will admit that's pretty hilarious for Chrysalis, because I don't think any of us want to see her a reformed changeling.
It's gonna happen. Let's fix it.
Anyways, the ending where they plan together adds, more anticipation on what they may become. It could be their fate. We don't know. I'm pretty sure it's going to be saved for either a later episode or the series finale. But that's really all I have to say about it. Just the interactions of those three are pretty much the biggest selling point. And that in and of itself could possibly be ranked as one of my favorite episodes of the season. And I end my piece there.
I'm going to comment first and foremost on the animation. Dear God, they've gotten really good with playing with the Flash characters. I'm
sorry.
I'm kind of mad at Adobe for dropping Flash now. Like, I actually am mad at them for that. But they've gotten really good at animating the Flash characters. And not only that, the actual visual effects. If I were to go back and compare, say, the visual effect of the shield from Canterlot Wedding and compare the visual effect to the shield around Grogar's Bell, it's drastically improved in things like the shockwave effects from impacts, how they deal with magic hitting it, all of the little details they've put into this. And also, if I were to compare like this mountain to the mountain from Dragonshy, they're supposedly really tall mountains, but One of them definitely looks more imposing and much more crafted to be that Mount Everest going to end you mountain. Beyond that, I am with everyone else. I enjoyed the song. I enjoyed the dynamic that they established, and I really enjoy the fact that Chrissy sees the Skittle corn coming and goes, nope, nope, stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I'm going back to jail. I can appreciate that. So we now pass on to our guest today, Aria.
So to say, when I first, this isn't my first time watching the episode, but when I watched it, I was like, this reminds me of Suicide Squad. It's just like all the baddies, they're like, you gotta go do this, whether you like it or not. And it was overall a really fun episode to watch. There were some parts that were really cringy. Cozy Glow, I consider her the meme child or the cringe lord. But she's that good cringe. I do agree with you on that, Fiaura, about the animation. I absolutely loved how they used the puppets and the animation and everything. It's very clean, especially with a lot of when we watched Chrysalis go up to the mountain, the changes and how flawless it looked instead of just the puppet just standing there and changing. She can move and she can change, which is amazing. What else is there? There's not much for me to say about it. I did like the interactions between Tyrek and Cozy Glow, though. Seeing their relationship together, it's like, on their own, it's like, okay, this is funny, but when you put both of them together, you just get this interesting mix that you're just dying to see more about. See more with it and what it's going to do for the rest of the season. And I'm looking forward to see what also, what are they going to do with the bell? Are they going to hold it for ransom for their own doing? Are they going to try to harness its own magic? I'm very, very curious about the bell. And, if somebody else could harness Rogar's power in that bell. So, it's basically it for me.
Okay. So we have everyone's initial thoughts. So the way this works in general is you guys will press your button to talk, and that will light you up, and that'll tell me the order in which to, effectively like raising your hand in class. I'm saying this both for the benefit of the audience and the benefit of Aria here. So, who has a theme, question, or thing they want to bring up here in the cast? Shut up, phone. Bernie Critic.
Well, the thing that really got to me, and I know a few others mentioned it, the animation in this episode is just fantastic as far as faces and characters go. I know that you mentioned the quality of the shield, and I did notice that. But honestly, I was just stuck looking at Cozy Glow's facial expressions in this episode. They were amazing, and I found myself just laughing uproariously throughout the entire episode, just in how they interacted. I loved it. I wanted to hear from you guys what you guys thought of them too.
Well, I definitely love the expressions that are dramatically changed on Cozy Glow when she's interacting with that one dude at his house. It's like she's got this this acting grin, and then it drops immediately, and her eyes just went from dilated to just rage. You can just feel it.
Oh, I just want a adorable thing. Now give me what I want!
Well, and I will be surprised if they don't have gift status of "Are you kidding me?"
I think that's already some gifs and memes.
I mean, as is, there have already been jokes from the previous episode where they played Drowning Pool's bodies for
You gotta wonder who put that guard there anyway. Is he an official guard, or is he just I feel like I'm gonna guard this mountain?
He's been doing it for generations. His family's been guarding the mountain.
See, that is an important question. Who put the guard there?
See, I have a bit of a theory behind that.
he may be a bit of, like, who knows, maybe a descendant of Gusty the Great. Because he said over generations, so maybe Gusty appointed somebody in his family line to watch over this mountain.
And then he'll be the one who defeats everybody.
That'd be funny, and that is possible. As for the animation, they've done such a good job. But we know Toon Boom's coming, and now that you've seen the movie and all of the effects and like transitions from the movie, would you really mind if Flash just faded out gracefully?
Yes, actually, I definitely prefer Flash to the movie animation.
I think, I think it could be also that it was their first time using it, and after using a ton of Flash and using a new sort of engine or something like that, like it could be kind of hard, and maybe they were a little bit pressured on it, because if you check the art book, there were some amazing like scenarios that they were painting us to see in the movie. But either budget or time limitations or something went somewhere else, and well, we didn't got the amazing vistas that are on the art book. But I mean, I wouldn't mind because, for example, we saw the Sea Pony's palace in the last season. It didn't look that good. I preferred the movie version.
I mean, I bring that up just because it's like, hey, it was a nice ride. Don't push it. Like, everybody likes Flash, and it was a nice ride. But if you really want to switch to Toon Boom, if you think Toon Boom is gonna really excel it with some amazing extra effects and shading that look better, go for it, because we don't want another creation engine where we're here 16 years down the line and we're still just sticking extra stickers onto it hoping it'll work. I'd rather have Flash gently fade out and everybody liked it, and it's like, here's the new one gently fading in.
Yeah, I mean, you can't dislike something unless you try it. Like, as I can't remember exactly who said it, but
Well, hold on. We did try it. At least I did. Two of my animators tried using Toon Boom for BabsCon's animations and went, this is just not going to work without massively more computing power than I have.
oh,
I think their biggest problem with it was they needed... one person said they needed like 3 of the computer they had in order to properly render a single 3-minute animation. So if you need an entire computer to properly render 1 minute of animation, I'm kind
Yeah,
of...
but they're not using your standard PCs. Like they're not using like your random Joe PC.
They're not
on Hasbro's.
The animators aren't using random Joe PCs. As a matter of fact, I live stream for a living video games usually, which is one of the most high demanding things you can do to a PC. These animators have better PCs than I do, and they still could only render about a minute at a time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have gone off topic, but we're coming right back.
Well, we're talking about animation.
I know.
So anyway, go ahead, Aria. Sorry I interrupted you.
no, it's okay. But yeah, that does bring up a good point. Like, we've seen it, but who knows what's going to happen? Like, what type of technology that we may come up from now until the opening of Gen 5. So, who knows? Like, if Gen 5 is going... I'm speculating, but if Gen 5 is going to be used in Toon Boom, and we have new technology, then maybe it might be quicker during that time to make it with Toon Boom.
I mean, there's already... Go on.
Well, I was going to say that another reason that a lot of people might not have been cool with the movie's animation compared to the TV show is simply because the characters were designed with Flash in mind. And so when you think of the Sea Pony Palace, that was designed with Toon Boom in mind. So I'm wondering if it just might be when they were transferring it over, some of the design elements that work with Flash maybe don't translate as well over into Toon Boom. So maybe if they use Toon Boom in Gen 5, they'll have character designs that look a little bit more natural, like they fit more with that style.
Yeah, that's a. Oh, sorry.
That's,
Knight.
that's a good one.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
That is a good point. Like, not to like stream off too much, but at the move, when you look at the My Little Pony movie, especially with the hippogriffs, the hippogriff design was very well done, and that was with Toon Boom in mind. Like what Brony Critic was explaining, the hippogriffs came in the movie first, not in Flash. But then when we see it in Flash, everyone's like, "Oh, that's what they look like." So, if you see it in one place first, you're going to establish that look as its original look. Because with the hippogriffs, they look more welly developed, more defined with their fins and wings and everything in Toon Boom in the movie than in the show. Or
Yeah,
that's at least in my opinion.
I think it's important before we jump back into the episode and actually get back on topic to note something about what you just said. When the hippogriff showed up in, I'm going to quote you, when the hippogriff showed up in the show, everyone went, "Oh, that's what they look like." Notice how the movie appearance is not the appearance everyone accepted.
I think it's more of a, oh, that's what they look like in Flash.
So anyway,
It's not bad, you know. Silverstream has some good faces.
Does anyone else? Does someone have something else they want to bring up about the episode?
On another topic, or
Entirely up to you guys.
I can respond to Aria about the harnessing of the bell. Yes, people can use the power that's inside the bell against him.
it's the Infinity Gauntlet, basically.
The Infinity Bell.
The Wailing Bell.
Oh no!
Oh god, imagine if somebody tried to take the pieces of the elements of harmony and put them with the bell.
It's okay, Twilight. You can rest now. We're gonna be okay.
Aria, don't bring up the elements of harmony because you don't need the gems. I keep saying this. But
No,
the
that's
gems are-
fine.
Just have
I've
a
had this argument on this podcast so many times where the gems are simply gems. In the very first episode, Nightmare Moon shattered the gems. The harmony is the 6 people that the magic inhabits.
No, I was just making a joke. I meant not to the magic, just the joke with all of them on. But yeah, I know the magic is with the main 6.
But there could be a bit of fun there, like just the mental image of Twilight holding the bell, pulling an Iron Man from
Like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh!
And friendship is
Back
magic.
to the actual
Snap.
episode, guys.
Okay, yeah. Back to the bell though. Like that's actually an interesting point. Like if anybody can use that magic, what's stopping the 3 of them on trying to harness that power together?
Hey, look! I think that's an episode later after the season break.
Yep.
I think it's more they've got a lot of leeway because when Grogar's appeared before in Generation 1, Gusty's gang stole the bell, but like stealing the bell and ringing it or using it only banished Grogar, and then they went and hid it, and that happened twice. I don't think anybody really knows to what extent you can use it. Like, as it stands right now, the most you can do is ring the bell, he goes away, and then you can go hide it. But if somebody can, like, unlock its full potential so they can shoot crazy yellow-black lasers out of their horns, then you could have some fun.
And along with the whole thing, setting up the villain stuff, I think this is the episode that's going to plant the seed for. I'm not going to go into this too long, but because it's all predictability. But I think this episode really plants the seed of how things are gonna go down. Like I think Grogar, he's gonna come ahead and basically defeat the main six with his power as it stands, and then the triumvirate of Cozy Glow of T-Rex, excuse me, Cozy Glow, T-Rex, and Chrysalis. I think they're gonna be like, okay, now he's gotten our main enemies destroyed, or he's got them got him down for the counts. Okay, now we got his bell. Now we're gonna use it to manipulate him. It's like, aha, we have the upper hand, so now we're gonna take over. And then they're gonna get pissed at each other, and they're gonna start fighting, and then the main six is gonna come back somehow. And yeah, I think that's kind of how it's gonna go down.
I mean, that could transition us on to our next point, though. Like, if they say, haha, we're going to use the bell, he might just say, no, you're not, you don't know how to, because I've known you've had it all along. Because, come on, he has a all-seeing crystal ball that is constantly watching everybody doing everything. He is, like, attached to the bell in some sort of spiritual way. So when that force field got opened up by Tyrek, he'd be sitting there going, I sense a disturbance in the force. And then you bring it into the exact same room as him, where it starts flashing on and off and also making very loud ringing noises. He knows they've got it.
Well, maybe it's like AT&T, and maybe he gets like bad reception sometimes.
That is not funny as you think it is.
That is hilarious. I really want to know now. I really want to know if Grogar just gets bad reception on his bell.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Maybe.
I want to see him like. I'll let you loose in a second, but I want to see a scene where like he's watching something on his crystal ball, and it starts getting all fuzzy like TV static. And he's like, ugh, go darn stupid thing.
And then it goes all
the AOL noise.
Yeah, no, it goes like doo doo doo.
Blue screen
We're
of death.
sorry. The person you are trying to reach cannot be available right now. Please leave a message.
No, it just goes through a Windows update.
I want to see him turn it on, and it does the actual AOL 1990s internet connecting process.
Or the spinning beach ball of death.
And then when it finally turns on, it goes, welcome to Evil Online. You've got mail.
Welcome to EOL Online.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to do some editing of footage to get that do that, because that sounds so.
I could
No,
do that.
okay. There's that one commercial parody where a guy is experiencing AOL and he gets frustrated more and more, and then in the end he's like, "It sucks." Imagine that being Grog.
I don't know how to do that, but I could definitely like edit the AOL one because I've done it before with something else. I would just download the episode, and also like you were all very close on something that you're gonna see later on. You've been watching me. You've been looking at what I've been scribbling down. But yeah, Master. Even if that's the case, and one thing was wrong, like maybe when he should be looking at them in the crystal ball to see if he's working together with them. He's out of the shop. Oh, I'm out of milk. Well, I guess I've got to go to the shop. So while he's out of the shop, they're getting the bell. One coincidence. Then they blast open that force field, which is like where his bell is, so the magic's coming through. Maybe
So wait. He's at the shop in line with the milk at this point, and he suddenly goes, I sense a disturbance, and drops the milk, and it just shatters all over the ground, and the shopkeep's like, you gotta pay for that.
That'd be another one, but I'm just saying like two coincidences. Let's say he's not spying on them because he's out of milk and he wants to eat cereal while watching them. So he's now at the store away from the crystal ball. Then Tyrek opens that force field. But let's say the mountain's too far away so he doesn't sense a disturbance. Even with two coincidences, it's right there in your room, flashing in plain sight, so you'll see it with your normal eyes, and it's going, so you're gonna hear it. Like, even if one problem happens, you've still got two other possibilities that he knows they've got the bell.
Well, maybe he's got tinnitus.
Did you just say that the evil of evils is crippled by the same? Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Your internet connection is down. Please try again at the sound of the ring.
At that point, is when you employ some
No.
percussive maintenance.
Also, this is from an artist, but I'm imagining him not going to. He's getting milk for his coffee.
I love that
So
Damn villains drive me to drink.
That moment
I
there,
love the milk.
that's
The
when he
milk.
gets back and he senses the disturbance that the portal, the force field's been opened. Like,
I
he's got
see.
the milk, he's poured his tea, he's picked up his tea, and he's like, they've opened it.
And it says saved by the bell.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
Groger.
Oh, God.
can I point something out here that's actually kind of bothering me just a little bit?
Go on.
Oh, sure.
And this is more on a serious subject. He is powerful enough to literally chain them into a wall in such a way that we can undoubtedly say that none of the villains are into being subs in BDSM. Like, it is clearly painful and uncomfortable, and they hate it. He's that powerful that he can just take these three villains and slam them around like rag dolls and turn them into his little puppets. Why doesn't he go get the bloody bell himself?
That's totally not gonna go into Rule 34.
I mean, it's kind of like with, well, from Season 3, Sombra and the Crystal Heart. Like, he wasn't able to get into the Crystal Empire with the Crystal Heart at the time. It's like his kryptonite. So whatever Gusty the Great put around the bell for that force field must be Grogar's kryptonite of some sort. We don't know what it is, but...
I thought at first that one of the bells was gonna be one of Starseal's bells, because, you know, he has a ton of bells in his freaking attire. But now that I see that it's like more of a sort of cowbell, I think it's gonna be more like channeling the magic rather than actually like being a powerful thing.
Maybe.
I can answer that question. Like, if he went and got the bell himself, which he probably could, then what plan could he come up with to make them work together? It was like the perfect thing of, you go do this, because by the end of it, you'll be working together.
Maybe it only works when some pony or some creature uses the magic of friendship to get through the shield.
Now,
Or even more so, there's the idea that it's the Xanatos gambit. It's literally, okay, so I need these three to work together to do whatever I tell them to. If they succeed, they will work together. If they fail, they'll still have to work together. And whether or not, you know, the bell will either be in my possession or they'll keep it, and they'll still abide by what I have them do until they betray me. Because even if they're betraying him, he can predict that, since clearly he knows that they're going to betray him. They're villains. They're going to betray him.
Oh, and speaking of, like, why doesn't Grogar just get the bell, the whole power thing? That brings us on to Chrysalis, who had to be hit with the stupid stick and the nerf stick because she could have got up that mountain. If she can turn into the giant rock alligator, which gives her that power and that, like, weight, so she wasn't affected by, like, the wind and the water, when she was flying over the cliff as the eagle, she could have made that gap if she just turned into, like, a bigger elder dragon like Scorch. If she was a bit bigger and a bit weightier, she could have made it. She could have done it. I mean, she wouldn't have been able to get past the force field, but she could have still done it. And that now raises the other question of, if she is getting the power equivalent to what she turns into, does that mean if she turned into Celestia, she would have already had godlike power?
I think it's more
Actually,
like on the physics. Mostly on.
I'm thinking about this. She needs to be feeding on something's love to get her power up, because we saw that in the Candlelight Wedding, how she was surprised that she could take on Celestia. She's starved badly, like bad enough that she seduces a random critter in the episode.
A cow snake.
A cow snake.
Hey, boy.
It was an Alaskan bullworm!
So she seduces an Alaskan bullworm to suck its power dry and suck its love dry. But you have to remember something. Love and the instinctual need to procreate are two different things. She's desperate enough to feed off of lust instead of love to get something to eat. She's hungry.
I mean, if that was the case, she would have like seduced freaking Grogar or T-Rex or even Cozy.
I don't know if Grogar has it in him to procreate.
No, do not open that door, because you just said seduce Grogar. That means that now you have opened the door to like a 10,000-year-old, wrinkly old female Grogar.
God damn it! Now there's gonna be fan fiction.
You just had to mention it, didn't you?
Sorry.
This is literally what I do. This is literally what I do. Is I think about the fan fiction possibilities, and now you've made me think of this fan fiction possibility.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Now we can't unsee it.
Oh my god, Chrissy and Rogar.
Moving on. Does anybody have anything else?
Come
You know what?
wait,
You know what?
wait.
Oh,
Come on.
no. Silence.
You've seen Celestia and
Silence.
Discord ships, and now you're talking about these two. Sorry.
Thank you.
Don't make me use the tranquilizer.
So, moving on before we all need brain bleach. Does anyone have anything else they want to bring up, or should I just jump to Q&A?
What about, why does, something that's brought up with me, maybe like a question, I don't know, but like, something that always ponders me, how is T-Rex able to handle Cozy Glow? Like, Cozy Glow already, Cozy Glow already, like, did his plan, and she failed. Why does T-Rex still talk and deal with her? Is there more?
Well, if you were to look at it this way, a T-Rex or Chrissy shows up somewhere. If Chrissy and T-Rex show up in their true forms at any time, it's going to raise all the warning flags in the world. If Cozy Glow shows up, not everybody knows what Cozy Glow did or what she looks like. They all still think she's locked in Tartarus. Because nobody goes down there to check because they don't have a door. They don't have... Very basic, simple principle. Why don't you have a jail guard for Tartarus?
Go on, Jasper, go on.
As
They're
for
too
why
reliant on the dark. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
As for why T-Rex puts up with Cozy Glow, I guess because they spend so much time in Tartarus, they came to still hate each other, but know how the other operates.
They're jailmates.
They're friends.
And it does raise one very important question. What about T-Rex Gram?
I mean, I also think it's not by choice but by force. Because in that song, he was shaking her like he wanted to kill her, but he can't because, well, you know, if I kill her, then Satan's gonna be angry with me, and Satan's gonna yeet me across the room several times and probably break my back before resurrecting Cozy Glow.
Why do I just imagine Graham looking exactly like T-Rex, all muscular T-Rex, but with like old stereotypical grandmother gear, like that weird, like pajama thing that all grandmas wear, and
Nightgown?
yeah, that thing.
Also,
She is bodybuilder Granny.
I have to answer the chat real quick. Yes, they have a guard dog for Tartarus. However, there's no handler for the dog. So without a handler, the guard dog is kind of useless. And actually, as Holtz puts it, the dog sucks.
Also,
He's cute.
Brony, you're opening that door again of, like, Gram being this muscular old
Oh
lady.
no.
Grogar x Gram.
Hi, Jarek. Nice to see you again. I made some power cookies for you.
Silence all noise out of mouth holes!
I'm just imagining Grogar's Gram shows up with chocolate chip protein cookies.
Someone's gonna
They
bring
have,
that
like-
to BronyCon and just call them
And
T-Rex Gram
and,
cookies.
Yeah, and the cookies, the little chocolate chips, they're like glowing to show that they're like little power sources for him.
Muscles are magic.
They're caramel.
Well,
To- Tony Horton, eat your heart out.
I'm tempted to make
No,
them.
hold on. Gram can't be like this old lady that's like, well, back and no. She's got to be like the Betty White of bodybuilders.
No, I'm not gonna say what I just thought of. 'Cause I don't want to put
she's
that
gonna she's
fanfic.
gonna come running in with bleepity bleep. You ready to get swole over there? I made you some protein cookies.
Oh
No,
my,
it's Arnold Schwarzenegger with Betty White.
oh my god, I just came up with a fantastic, funny fan fiction idea.
No.
Fiaura,
No, no,
you
no,
need
no,
to
no,
write
no, no,
this.
no.
You need to write this fanfic.
Gram comes for a Gram comes for a visit, and Tyrek has to convince her that everyone in the Evil League of Evil is actually his flunkies and supporters.
No, and I think his Gram would just go, "Is this little fool yours, or did you kidnap?"
All right,
And this is all
Anyways,
what
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Back to the.
Fiaura, I hope you're writing all these down for your fan fiction writing sessions.
I'm writing this down. T-Rex Gram comes for a visit.
Not just that one, all of them. T-Rex Gram comes for a visit. Chrissy turning into an old female Grogar to get looked at him. Grogar and Gram dating way back in the day when they were both strapping young individuals.
Oh my god! Well, I guess you said that his Gram and Grogar dating.
I'm
Well,
My mom doesn't flop
so
well,
you realize
Grogar is
what's-
called the father of monsters.
You realize what's going to happen is I'm going to go to MLP MSP, and I'm going to be sitting on my laptop at my table, and typing this out, and then on Sunday at the Iron Writers competition, I'm going to be like, by the way, and then I'm going to hit publish and be like, I just published T-Rex Gram comes for a visit.
There we go.
Well, you know what though? It makes sense. I think Brony just said it. Grogar is the father of all monsters, and he's part goat. Oh, sorry, Grogar is full goat, and Tyrek is part goat.
Grogar, you are the father.
He is the father.
Oh my god! I'm thinking of like the scene with Star Wars. Tyrek, I am your father. No.
Well, no, because if he dated Gram, it'd be the grandfather.
I am your grandfather. Well, Grogar is kind of like a weird grandpa. Some people consider him as.
So now I've got right next to each other in priority order. T-Rex Gram comes for a visit, and Grogar, you are the father.
The
Oh
grandfather.
my god.
So would it be Mary instead of Maori?
Oh my god.
Whip.
I don't-
Is it Q&A time?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's moving on.
I also like the comment.
The first question is for me. King Bronze wants to know what would happen if Pinkie Pie would become friends with. I'm gonna face desk at you. I haven't played Alien Isolation in almost 3 years. You know that, right, Bronze? Yet you guys still bring up Billy,
Who's Billy?
my alien.
Oh, okay. My little alien.
I'm gonna answer that later.
Little alien.
Next question is for anyone who wants to answer it. From James, 1978. If the bell has a portion of Grogar's power, how did he not sense they had the bell? We've been going over that this entire time, but does anybody have a definitive answer?
My answer is he's faking.
Yeah,
It's a
he's,
Horcrux.
he's
Gotta be some
playing the
kind of test
fool
for the
just so
baddies.
that he
He's gonna
can
spring
get
it
back
that
at them when
he
they least expect
knew
it.
all along. They're gonna be scared of him, and then they're gonna end up helping him and kind of terrified.
Or Grogar's gonna get the bell while they're not looking because he didn't have to trek all the way there to get it. The bell is in his possession, technically.
It's a Horcrux.
Derek the Brony wants to know, is anyone else besides Brony Critic and Insane Spyro here a Spike fan?
I like Spike.
Me.
I like Spike.
Spike is a puntable.
I
no.
just don't like Spike being used as a punching bag.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That is
Yeah.
fair.
I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
You were
He's not my
never alone.
favorite.
You had a purple dragon with you that likes the other purple dragon.
Tasu80. Hold on, nope, that's a. Magical Starflash wants to know, should we see more villain misadventures before the finale?
Yeah.
Oh god, yes, please. I would take anything. I know we haven't seen it yet, but I would have taken another villain one over the Applejack episode. Oh god, please have more of those.
I want to point out that Die Hard would not be nearly as good without Hans Gruber. You must have the perfect, amazing villains for your heroes to seem like anything. And this is why I play villain at BabsCon all the time, because it's fun. But also
Villains are
because,
the best.
But also because without the villain, like, what's the point?
I mean,
And
why do you
Chem-
think my character is slightly, like, connected to a very villainous character? Like, it's fun to be bad
And the
sometimes.
chemistry is so good. The chemistry in this episode is so good. I want to see more of it.
Hold on a second.
It's good if you can find a better way to be bad.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll be down a second.
Is this you
It's so
talking, Jasper, or is it
fulfilling.
Casper
Alright,
Cake talking?
No, this is Casper. Cake talking.
Next question.
No,
Next question. I'll let you guys debate on this because I apparently have to go answer the door because FedEx is here. What is it? Would happen if Grogar got redeemed?
No.
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 May I answer this? We know this is. It's been so annoying that villains get freaking reformed, but I think I'm gonna say what Spider's gonna say. He's probably going to get reformed because friendship is magic, and even the devil can be reformed, and you can go to Kingdom Hearts heaven with your brother, even if you're the literally devil. But honestly, I think they're going to do it. It's not the best idea, but we have to kind of cope with the idea that it may happen because family friendly and all this stuff.
No.
Well,
I go ahead, whoever
Alright.
talked first.
No, you first. Ladies first.
Okay. I actually disagree with that, like, a lot. If you think about it, throughout the entire season, or even series, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic has become more adult-orientated. Just slightly. Just think about the Season 9 premiere. Like, a lot of dark topics came up, and even a bit of imagery.
Yeah, but
And they're in... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, yeah, they're going through some more adult stuff with themes and stuff that we actually see, but there's also the fact that they leave some other stuff behind because they think the kids are gonna be scared or the things aren't going to comprehend what this situation that happens in real life is like. So maybe in some aspects, but not truly because we still have the guys in the suits that are not going to approve some stuff.
Yeah.
well,
Go ahead.
well, I was going to say I absolutely agree with Aria on this one. I don't think Grogar is going to get reformed. It's just they haven't been building him up for that. They're like, even with like Starlight and stuff, they gave redeemable aspects of her character, or a perspective that could work. But I think what they're doing with the villainous trio, they're building it up so that they can be reformed in their own way. And if that's the case, then they can reform the three long-lasting villains and just Storm King Grogar, and that would be just fine. As long as they can reform at least one individual, maybe a few individuals, I think that'll fit their reform criteria.
If
I think
they are
the
going
triumph-
to
you go
do that, if they're going to Storm King Grogar, I want them to actually address it this time, because when the Storm King got shattered, everybody was just like, "Oh hey, the land's saved, yay!" Are you not going to address that guy just got shattered? He was a real person, and little bits of his corpse are now paving your driveway, and you're not saying anything about that. So if you're going to Storm King Grogar, I want Grogar to at least make them face that reality where they might have reformed the other three and they're trying to reform him, and he's just like, "No, I will not be reformed, and I will keep going. You either kill me right now, or I will keep going, and I won't stop." And just make them face the fact that some people can't be redeemed. Some people are just evil to the core, and you just have to face the fact that you're going to have to kill him, or he won't stop.
See, that brings up a really good point, and actually a really good lesson for a lot of people to learn. No matter how much you can help and push and lead people to do better, some people just cannot change, and that's something that a lot of people can learn from. And I think that's a very valiant and very important lesson for not just children to learn, but everyone to learn, adults and whoever else is watching.
Friendship is magic. Friendship is important, but sometimes there are just toxic people out there, and you should stay away.
I need to point one thing out. They did address the Storm King. They literally played with his dead corpse in the movie credits.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
really good. That's really nice to play.
I
to play
mean-
with dead people. That's how necrophiliacs.
This is apparently a society that when they conquer you, either you're their friends now, or they're going to literally put your head on a spike and dance with your headless corpse as a part of an act of, "Hey, look who we beat
10 years
up."
in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, but that's an after credits joke. They didn't address actually this is somebody's body. If they're gonna kill Grogar because he can't be redeemed, I want him to say on camera, "You have to kill me. I will not be redeemed. You have to face."
Sort
the
of
fact
I think of
can't
it.
be."
I think of it sort of like a Man of Steel situation where Superman has to kill Zod because there's no other way.
Okay.
Maybe they don't show it, but yeah, they have to address it.
Moving on. Mario Rockport wants to know if you got the drawing that they made for you, Aria.
What drawing? Where? Let me look. Where am I looking?
I don't know.
Okay, let me message in the
While she looks, next question.
Are there any downloadable games on Evil Online?
What?
The really question came in the chat.
A reference to AOL Online, but it's Evil Online.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool,
but never mind.
Will Grogar ever destroy the other villains after they betray him, or will he sit there and gloat over them and put them in a dungeon?
I mean, wait. Before you say anything, we're also forgetting there's supposedly a movie that's gonna be the continuation of the series. So,
Well,
They may
I
not
was
have
actually
any
gonna
series.
I was actually gonna mention that. I just thought of something on how this series might work, in that I think it's gonna be the Legion of Evil at the season finale. I think they might try to reform. That they might end up reforming Tirek, Cozy Glow, and Chrysalis, and Grogar was going to have to escape, and he will become the villain for the movie all on his own with the bell. And I'm wondering if that's where they're going to be aiming for, so they can end the show on reform, but still have the big movie where they have a little bit more freedom to, off him.
Apparently it's on DeviantArt for you, Aria, and Tatsu wants to know, where did Tyrek get a poster of himself? Is there a secret fan club out there, or did Grogar make a poster of Tyrek for Tyrek?
Maybe he just commissioned someone in Tartarus.
Yeah, he commissioned someone on DeviantArt.
I mean, if you look at what Moon put in the artwork, maybe Cozy Glow did it.
Or, come to think of it,
Or is that Chrysalis just turned into that because she knows that Grogar? Or might.
what if his Gram's an artist?
We're adding. You know what?
Fanfiction!
No, Hasbro, listen. If you're gonna make a movie and we need to reference Gram, you need to come to us because we're building the lore. Gram used to go out with Grogar, Gram bakes cookies, and Gram is now a fantastic artist. We are going to make Gram.
So it's
Somebody
like
needs to-
SpongeBob's grandma.
Next question. If you, other than Spike, if you had to pick one of the characters on the good guys' side to die, to end Grogar, who would it be and why?
To what? To what again?
If you had to pick someone other than Spike on Team Friendship to die, who would it be besides Spike? This
Rainbow.
is to note. This is to end Grogar.
So like
Rainbow
a heroic
Dash.
sacrifice.
Yeah, if you had to pick somebody to be your shield agent to get killed by Loki, who's it gonna be?
Rainbow Dash.
6.
Twilight.
I was gonna say Twilight, but honestly, it's kind of cliche. I would like to see like the Student 6 actually doing that.
Rainbow Dash.
Nah, it's too. They're
Why
all too
Rainbow
obvious.
Dash?
Like, if
I say
because
Starlight.
if you go by what you just said previously about the evil 3 getting reformed, the big twist would be if like they're reformed and then Skittle Chrysalis just like takes the bullet.
Skittle Crystal!
Skittle
Oh my
Corn
God.
Chrysalis takes the bullet.
Good lord.
Oh my god, somebody's gotta draw that. Skittle Corn, Skittle Chrissy.
Skittle Chrissy taking the bullet.
Just
I was
like
gonna think
Quicksilver.
maybe Discord.
Chrissy Corn!
Chris Cord.
Oh, Discord. Especially because he faked it at the beginning of the series, so people wouldn't believe it at the end of the show.
Oh.
So it would be a double fake out.
Oh no. That would be painful.
Look, as far as I see it, Grogar created every like bad creature, so yeah, it would have to be one of his creatures, if anything.
All right. So we are currently out of questions. In the meantime, Aria, this is your chance to talk about things that you do and things you're working on, while Insane Spyro here uploads the artwork that was made for you for this week.
Oh!
No. There's a special. I'll just let everybody do their thing first.
Okay.
You've got some special planned.
Okay, well, so far I haven't really been doing much on my channel since I just finished with my first year at college, at my new college. So I've been having some things in the works, like building up my lore and getting ideas from like the season premiere, because Sombra was in it. Great. And also working on like projects, figuring out like what I want to do with my channel overall, because I want to expand off of MLP and maybe into things that I like and others may like, and hopefully, and sorry, I had someone come in. Sorry, a little nervous, but. I don't mind answering a few questions if people have them, if I'm allowed to do that.
Actually, we threw all the questions we had at you.
Oh,
Now
okay.
we're just doing our outros.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're getting set up to do that, but I'm waiting on Insane Spyro as usual.
No, I
The
told you,
insanity!
there is specialness for
Well,
this
stop
week.
dragging.
Well, are
I
you
have
gonna
some-
upload it so I can show it while you talk about it?
They'll all go up instantly, but as I say, right, I'm just gonna tell you right now. Do you know how many I've done this week? I want you to take a guess.
24!
Over 9,000!
7.
10. I have
Oh.
done 10. And it's this thing. So we can either do it now or we can have the intros and then do it because it's special.
Come on, out with it.
Do it, Philly.
Right.
I
Do it
can
now.
wait.
Right,
Oh
we'll
my.
do it now then. So, because each one of the villains, there's only 4 of them, I guess there's 5, I decided I'm going to do 1 villain with 1 pony. So somebody got paired with a villain 5 different times, and then it's like, right, 2, 2, 2, 2, 10. So, who do you want to start with? Pick a villain.
I mean, I think you know my answer.
Crystal,
No, I'm gonna start with the cringe. I'm gonna start with the cringe and get it out of the way. Cozy glow. Cozy glow.
Actually, you know what? I all took you on for a ride. You're getting Tyrek first because they're in order. But here is the Tyrek. When I
Wow.
close all of my documents,
It's gonna upload instantly.
I was about to say.
I'm frightened.
I mean, I like King Sombra. That's just...
there's the
Seven.
first part. There's
Oh.
the first part. Of
And he
the Tyrek
uploads
one.
it in the wrong channel.
Oh my god!
It's
Oh,
a podcast.
For God's sake.
See a Blissey.
Alright, there's the first one in the art channel.
Okay.
So, you get to interact with Tyrek this week.
Okay, I've already scienced him to death.
But you haven't. It's not over.
Oh my gosh!
Did you make Blissey steal my lab coat?
That's what you wanted last week. So she is now White Science Pony, and she is using Grogar's lava ball thing to fill up explosives because she wants to watch things go boom.
Explosive
I'm convinced
barbecue
that's
sauce.
Lightning Blah and not Lightning Bliss.
It could well be.
What's the next one?
Right, so next, while this is going on, this is Master Code's turn. And Master Code, you're interacting with Chrysalis.
Oh!
Tee-hee.
That's not a tee-hee face.
Oh my.
Now you're concerned I will turn into your deepest desire, drain your love, turn you into a slave, and use my new power to destroy Starlight. And then Master Code's expression is, I'm gonna poop it.
Well, because it's what Master Code's most deepest desire.
Well, it
The
can't get any
booty.
deeper than that, right?
But he loves the most. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have so many nopes. Not questions, nopes.
Up to the crown, please.
I don't know if there are enough
I'll,
questions for this.
I'll be in my bunk.
Need some alone time.
We're just gonna hear from Master God.
I'm still trying to figure out what I want Mistress Code's mane and tail to be. I don't think I like the tail. I do like Mistress Code's mane though.
Moving on.
So while all this is going on, Grogar and Aeon are having some time together.
Oh no.
Oh God! All right, let's see it.
Oh no, Aeon should have been with the cow.
No, he's
No.
with Aeon. He's looking at the crystal ball, and you almost got it with the internet connection. You almost got it.
So, for those who don't know, Aeon will actually be joining us as a permanent member of the Roundtable after MLP MSP next week. So, 2 weeks from now,
Ooh.
Aeon will actually be joining us as our newest permanent member of the table. But in the meantime,
This is new to me.
is that okay, Jasper?
Yeah, it's just started. Don't remember hearing about them.
Now don't worry.
I
It gets
pinged all
worse.
of you and made sure it was okay, so I'm sorry that I apparently... Moving on!
What's the next?
So yeah, have you had time to look at them not having fun because Grogar's been miserable having to spy on everybody for the past 3 episodes doing mundane things? So Aeon's gonna cheer him up. Jasper, do you remember your birthday?
Wait, what happened on his birthday?
Aeon gives him a nice surprise.
Oh my God! What the hell?
I don't know if I can actually show that.
Yeah, you can. It's just a kiss.
Oh, that doesn't look like
Oh.
a kiss.
That,
Oh God!
moving
Looks
on,
like a xenomorph is kissing him.
I will,
Because he's a demon.
Happy birthday!
I'm just gonna put this on only my server, not actually on Twitch.
Yeah, do not share that. Oh God!
Lest you forget a question daily.
Oh my god.
My hatred expands!
Moving on.
The people in the
Jasper,
comments.
can you pass me Ronaldo? I think I need to.
I mean, you could read it for the chat if they're not allowed to see it.
Oh my god.
Livid!
While I'm musing, watching Laser Meme is actually fitting for the devil himself. Look, Lord Aeon, I need a break. I've had 3 weeks of the main 6 solving murder problems in mundane ways. I just need to pick me up. I think I know what you need. And then that.
Is that the last one?
And then after covering him in my demonic barbecue, that thing was traumatized us in therapy to this day. That is a very horrible thing to do to your friend, scaring him for life like that. And that is why I like and decree that you, Demon Lord Aeon, are the best pony.
Okay, I just want to point out to Insane Spyro. I love you, but there's a limit, man.
You violated!
I hug Jasper. It's okay.
Hey, Fiaura, that's tame. Do you remember when we did this the first time and we saw the full version of that?
Oh.
Moving on.
Oh.
You said you had more of these. Please.
Yeah, I do. Next up is Cozy Glow.
Alright, I'm getting in the bunker.
Guess whose time it
Lord,
is?
there's another picture.
I bet it's
Hey,
Golden Fox and Cozy.
Okay, that is actually not bad because that is my natural.
Oh, don't worry, it gets worse.
Oh.
This one.
I
That
feel
looks harmless so far.
I feel like Moon Knight has seen a preview of these.
Yes, because what I do now, like, just before this podcast starts, to make sure that they all just, like, go up on Discord really quickly and easily, is I send them to him. So I know that they all work. But yeah, that's Jasper's having some fun quality time with Cozy Glow.
Oh, isn't that sweet? I can't wait to see what the next one is. I bet it's going to be something really cute and adorable. Let's see what the next one is.
I mean, kinda.
I temper my sense of decency and anticipation.
Oh. Oh my god, that's so.
What in the world? We are
Oh, what is
booting
this?
already?
It's,
What?
Well, said that she didn't make it herself.
What is this?
Yeah, remember she made a banner.
Welcome
Wait a
to the
minute.
reviewer web, Aria.
Wait a minute, I just noticed something. Oh, wait, those are the wings. I thought the wing was the leg. And the tail was in between the legs.
No.
Oh no, I think I know who it is.
Yours,
there.
yours is the next one. However, I will say this. 10 pictures in 1 week is not healthy for Spyro. So this one, like, I know it's your first one, and I like what I did with it because it's funny for the second panel, but also I feel like I'm going to let you down slightly. But I'll
Okay.
do better next time. Yes, but I thought it was funny because, like, I did the Cozy Glow one, and I was like, I can make a funny one for Master Code loving himself. And I can make a funny one for Grogar. But here's King Sombra, who is dead.
By the way, we invoke the devil.
Yeah.
All right, let us see this magnificent, most beautiful, most engaging piece.
Oh my god. Is this supposed
What
to
the
happen?
hell?
Wait a minute, my crystal filter's not on.
Yeah, look in the bottom right.
Oh my god. That's kind of funny.
You made the arts.
Yeah, well, it'll be funny for the next picture.
Okay.
Ooh, I bet hilarity's gonna
And
ensue.
this is why you don't do 10 in 1 week.
Wham, wham.
Okay. Wait, yeah, we did.
Yes, we have. She turned into Master Code because Master Code's deepest desire is himself.
Damn straight.
Now I just feel left out.
Well, next week is a dragon episode.
Oh, right, that episode.
But
Oh,
anyway, as
that
for outros,
episode.
I kind of want to share the one with Jasper in my own server, but I'm not gonna. I'm not going.
Do it.
do it.
Oh, yes, do it!
I want to point
Okay.
out. I want to point out as part of advertising this podcast, tomorrow, I'm going to have to take all these pieces of artwork and make a separate tweet about each one.
Oh my god.
You're gonna say this is the one that caused me to drink this. This is the picture that caused me to drink this, and this is the drink that caused me that made.
Yes, yes, I am.
I'm just gonna post the one, just the one. I'm not gonna do the other one. Yeah, copy. Or you know what? I'll wait until tomorrow, and then you can post them. Post the tweets.
So-
In the server.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, would anyone else like to talk about what they're up to?
Golden.
Well, I think I've kind of repeated myself before. Let's see. I have another MLP review that is hopefully I can get it done this coming Friday. Yesterday I just uploaded a countdown of my favorite Bruni rock songs. You can definitely check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and stop there because there's other stuff that just completely fled my mind. I've got a brain fart, so I'm ready. I'm just ready to move on. So yeah.
As for me, it's E3, so I am going to be covering everything over the next 3 days. There's going to be like a bajillion videos on my YouTube of everything that's going on E3. I've already seen EA's presentation, which was a load of crap because it's EA, as well as drawing next week's art and doing reviews. But I'll tell you what, I've already got the Dragon one planned, and I'll try and make a quick YouTube poop of like Grogar's crystal ball doing the AOL dialing. What do you want to see next week as maybe a bonus if I get around to it? Do you want to see Grogar and Gram making the cookies, or what do you want?
Is that a euphemism?
I really hope it's not a euphemism. I would actually like to see Gram showing up with T-Rex poster and cookies.
I will see what I can do if I can get around to it. But yeah, it's more just going to be constant E3 from tomorrow onwards with EA. I think Square Enix is tomorrow and so on. But on to you, Cozy Glow.
I just posted it in my server, and you'll see it, Fiaura. You told me it was okay,
Jasper.
Oh God.
Jasper.
Everything makes me live it.
Jasper, breathe.
Go and follow the tranquilizers.
Hey Jasper. Well, for one, I would like for you to breathe. For two, you might be seeing me for Christmas.
Unless you can come all the way out to Bakersfield.
Why do you think I said you might be seeing me for Christmas? See, he can breathe now. So what are you up to, Jasper?
Well, after this, I'm gonna be laying down, probably getting something cheesy. And then after that, I'm gonna be finishing the comic reaction to today's MLP episode aired in the US. And then sometime after, I'll be working on a secret project.
Is it your Cozy Glow onesie?
Somebody's got to order that for him and bring it for BronyCon as a late birthday gift.
I will.
Secret growth.
Hold on, I gotta look up something. Let's see.
I legitimately think that he might actually win the cosplay contest and then murder us all.
Exactly.
Oh my God, there is one.
Really?
I think so.
Wait.
Post it. Let us all.
Oh, stick.
Hold on.
Stick.
I know, I have to find it. Where is it? I just had it and then it went.
Moving on. Master Code, what are you up to?
Well, you're looking for that onesie that will no doubt haunt everybody. Currently, right now, I'm editing me and Blissy's collab on the Season 9 opener. Plus, I'm also doing some other stuff with Analysis Anarchy. And I want to thank our special guest for joining us today, Aria Speedwagon. And,
Speedwagon?
Chrysalis sucked off a cow snake. Next.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
Sorry, I was distracted with the Cozy Glow t-shirt. Okay. I'm actually gonna try and put my thoughts out for Pokemon Sword and Shield because, oh boy. Yeah, I'm also gonna try and put my EA thoughts because I could barely see or hear anything of it. It was like cringe all the time, and I'm also going to try and record some stuff on the rest of the presentations. Well, tomorrow's Xbox, so I'm surely gonna see that one. The other ones I'm not so sure because, well, work and all that stuff. But I'm gonna try to put some thoughts at least once the weekend comes around, and yeah, we'll see what happens on E3 because so far EA is always ruining it as always. So run critic. Also, we should get that T-shirt and gift it to Jasper.
Yeah.
Second.
I'm still waiting.
Hold on. If anyone actually gets him the T-shirt, you must get him a gift he likes as well.
I mean,
So
we
a
can
Cozy
get a.
Glow onesie then.
Where the heck is it? It's like gone. Ugh. Oh, that's a little.
Guys. I think Jasper's had enough for one day. Lay off him a little bit. Brony Critic, do you have
Okay.
anything you're up to?
I do. As I implied earlier today, I am now the latest contributor for the Emerald Rangers review site. I am their primary movie and television reviewer. Every Friday, I will be posting a written review about a movie, a TV, maybe an editorial or a recommendation for a book. As well, I am also prepping and preparing for TrotCon and BronyCon with some panels with Drew Flashy. I also have one script ready to record as soon as I actually can find the time in my schedule to actually sit down and record it. My weekends have been kind of busy recently. But that is just about everything I have. Folks can always, contact me on Twitter or just, I'm always up for chatting. So, there's that. I'm also going to send a link to the my new the new website I'm a part of. There it is. That's a great picture. I love that.
So, in the meantime, Aria, as our guest, did you have a good time? Did you find this fun and enlightening? And I also want to apologize to everyone for allowing people to get off topic. And I don't know what just happened with Insane Spyro. I kind of had a mental breakdown yesterday, and I'm still recovering. But I didn't want to cancel on you guys either. So, Aria, what'd you think?
I had a really good time. I want to come back on, do great things, and just talk about stuff and review. This was a lot of fun.
Well, we'll keep that in mind for the hiatus and for the end of the season. I'm not going to say the end of the show.
Yeah.
The end of the season. Does anybody else here have any final word or comment they want to leave? Now's your chance.
I just have one question.
Uh-oh.
Did I wound any of you? When did I let you take this southern turn?
Should we hide?
I want an honest answer. Did I wound any of you? Did I do something?
Don't worry. I can translate crazy. What he's basically saying is, did he hurt any of you? Is this karma for him being bad to you?
I must take the opportunity to point out that, Jasper, I'm the one that's been defending you the whole time.
And I just find his tears of pain delicious, so...
Is it cause I do too many Master Code jokes? Is it cause I don't do it?
No, basically I just use wheel decide and spin a roulette wheel and let the fun to commence.
So what you're saying is Jasper has not made the proper sacrifices to RN Jesus.
Apparently, I mean, it's gonna be Brony Critic, so don't worry, Jasper, you're not alone.
As long as you remember my glasses.
Well, this has been Reviewers Web, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all had a good and wonderful time. Holy cow, there's 39 of you here.
Well, probably from my server. I put the link in. They're like, okay.
We will not be having an episode next week. I will be at MLP MSP, and when we're supposed to have an episode, I will actually be hosting a panel called You Dub It, Pony Edition 18+.
Oh my.
I can't actually discuss what that panel is on this show, but when we should be hosting the show, I will be hosting an 18+ panel. However, the week after that, our special guest will be Watchful Pony.
Ooh.
For
Awesome.
Somebody want to remind me what episode 9's name is?
Sweet and salt, sweet and
Sweet
savor.
and smoky.
Oh, sweet and smoky.
Is it,
Hey, that fits him well.
is it the Applejack Vietnam episode?
No, that's
No.
Fluttershy and
Poetry.
It's the one where apparently Garble has
They took Garble and
Oh, they're going to
freaking just
it's
made him the character from the Goofy movie with the bongos and the poems and
they're going to reform Garble. Got it.
No. Like, I'm just gonna say this. I don't blame him. I blame the writers because, once again, this is a dragon episode where it's like, I'm gonna try something, and every other dragon is just an asshole. Like, no, that's how dragons are written. I'm offended by you, dragon writer. I don't know who you are, which one of the team you are, but I will use the multiple skills I have acquired over the years. I will find you, and I will have a very stern talking with you about how to write dragons.
That
Well,
sounds like
I-
the very. Hold on. That sounds like the very British way of handling this.
Yeah, I'm just a little annoyed that apparently Smolder is related to Garble, and despite the fact that she is good friends with Spike, this never came up before this point.
it's
Not
almost like the writers
one.
pulling off their,
It's
behind.
almost like we don't care about any other species except the ponies because they're a bunch of dragon-hating races.
I'd say they did well with the yaks. Kinda.
If you think about it, all the races but ponies live on rocks.
Guys, we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh,
I hope everyone's okay. And I hope
Jasper, are you okay?
I hope Insane Spyro finds less ways to make us mentally die inside.
No, if anything, I find more new creative ways. But every once in a while seems we've got a week off. I think in that week off, I might be able to finish another stained glass.
So in the meantime, Aria, since you are our guest, do you want the final word, or would you prefer to pass it to someone else?
I meant, what is the final word? Just anything, or?
Whatever you want to say right now, and then I hit the button.
Okay. Watch Fiaura's reviewer web. It's a lot of fun, and see you 2 weeks.
I love pineapples.
Hey!
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to dump you all on Bill Newton, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
So long.
You okay, Jasper?
Okay, I am alright, just I think I actually got a legit headache. I think I screamed too.
Oh.
Oh!
I raged myself into headachiness.
So you scream more.